live. Hey guys, welcome to Ood-Kind, and today we are talking about what I would do if I was Doctor Who showrunner. Okay, Captain Sonic, thank you. Gracias. Um, this is again one of those questions that would make Whovians fight each other. And it's all too easy to say, bring back this character, bring back this alien, bring back this villain. But Doctor Who, that's what Doctor Who survives on, bringing back aliens, monsters from the past. What would you do, Elise? I'm just going to quickly ask you this question. What would you do if you were Doctor Who showrunner? What sort of characters or creatures, aliens, monsters, villains would you bring back?
Can't remember their name. It was in school reunion.
Oh,
Tillitanes.
the Krillitanes, yes.
That's who I would bring back.
Okay, and how would you work that into the story?
Let's see. I would say it's kind of the same as school reunion, but not the same, you know? So, yeah, that's just, he says,
A little bit louder, honey, so they can hear you.
sorry. But,
Carry on.
okay.
Carry on.
So I don't really know how I would fit it into the story, but I really like the Krillitanes. I just like them. And, I
Okay.
like how the Doctor identified them. They look like guys just with really long necks.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I've
you?
thought a lot about this question. Obviously, you know, I'm not going to include the current Doctor in this. I'm going to go for the regeneration if the show lasts that long. That's what I'm going to do anyway. I'm going to go from the 13th Doctor's regeneration. What I would do is I would obviously, well, not being sexist or anything, or whatever, but I would bring Chris Marshall in to be the lead role because I think he's a very, very strong lead. I watched him in Death in Paradise. He was very, very good, and it's a very similar sort of character that he played that the Doctor is. Of course, he was in My Family, which he was hilarious in, and he's very much a sort of David Tennant-esque like Doctor actor, but completely different. But yeah, that would be my choice as a Doctor. But first of all, you need to bring decent writers in, possibly writers that have written for Doctor Who before. For example, Matt Jones, who wrote The Impossible Planet and The Satan Pit. Mark Gatiss, who wrote The Unquiet Dead. He also wrote some other ones that weren't so good, but others were good, like the Cold War with the, what do you call them? The Ice Warriors, and the Empress of Mars as well. So I'll bring back strong writers if I could. Russell as well. Well, yeah, but I don't think Russell would ever come back. He may contribute, but hey. But then, yeah, that's what I would do anyway. I'd bring Russell back as one of the writers, but he'd probably be showrunner. So that would be me. But hey, yeah, and I would have them very good stories. I would have them write very, very good stories that are engaging and hold your attention.
I actually written one myself, and it's kind of like a mix of Ranger in Time book series and Doctor Who, you know? It's time travel, but with other people.
Yeah.
Like friends along the way, and it was with the Pompeii eruption, so yeah. I made it up myself. And the characters too. Their names were Maria and Max.
Okay, well, we'll look at it at a different time, but what I'll do, first of all, the Doctor has just regenerated, okay? He's bursting with regeneration power, energy. He crashes the TARDIS, as the Doctor always does crash
Yeah.
the TARDIS when the character is regenerated. Huh? Oh, it'll be alright. Falls to Earth, but when he falls to Earth, it sounds like a bomb going off, and it's in the 1890s. So that's the first clue of who I'm going to bring back here. But it sounds like a bomb. But the Doctor lands. The outside of the TARDIS is fine because it's in a slightly different dimension than the inside. But the inside is completely just ruined. Yes, gone. So then we hear a knock at the TARDIS door, and it would be Strax.
Hello, my boy.
And yeah, I'll bring Baxter, Strax, and Jenny back.
Speak to us, boy.
And you know, what the TARDIS has done is actually rocked the Earth a little bit. So I'll bring Baxter, Strax, and Jenny back, and I would actually have them as companions for the season.
Speak to us, boy.
That's just sort of the start of what I would do. The villains that I would like to bring back. Obviously, you can't have a Doctor Who series without the Daleks. You just can't. It's impossible to do. You cannot do it.
Yeah.
Even if it's just not a Dalek story, if it's just a Dalek cameo, like in Waters of Mars.
Wait, what?
Waters of Mars, when we saw that Dalek in the sky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I would have a strong Dalek story about, you know, the Daleks taking over not Earth but another planet, and the Doctor was involved somehow.
Ooh, I know. Raxicorga Valvadorius.
So what?
Raxicorga Valvadorius.
That's right. So you bring the Slovene back,
Yep.
or the Raxicorga Valvatorians? They're not Slovene, are they? The Slovene.
Lazarine.
Slovene are just one family, but yeah.
And Lazarine, and I mentioned someone else, and I was like, I can't remember. Started with a Z, I know that.
Yeah. But yeah, like it's hard to bring characters. It's so easy to say bring these characters back, bring these monsters back. But like I said, it's what Doctor Who survives on.
But Dad, what about if you made characters?
That's what I was going to get to in a little bit.
Okay.
I'd have Vastra, Strax, and Jenny as companions for the entire season. I'd one Dalek episode. I would have a Cyberman episode, which would be an origin episode, I think. Be another Cyberman origin episode. Completely different Cyberman look.
What about companions?
Vastra, Strax, and Jenny.
No, any new companions, you know?
Not yet. I wouldn't go yet. Maybe halfway through the series, the Doctor would meet somebody on his travels who, you know, would go with him.
Yep.
Yeah. Cyberman story, Dalek story. I would probably also do a Ice Warrior story as well.
Okay.
But yeah, the TARDIS, inside of the TARDIS just implodes. It blows up. It's done. It's finished. But within the Doctor is still within the first 15 hours of his regeneration cycle, so he can fix the TARDIS by the regeneration energy, putting it into the TARDIS, and then the TARDIS itself regenerates throughout the whole first episode. And what would be, I'd have coming in from the doors, I'd have two coral.
A coral door frame.
Yeah, the coral door frames coming up. Just two of them though, and they'll
What?
be very, very.
What do you mean two?
Just walking in on each side, just two.
What about the top?
It'll be a two tiers TARDIS, two story TARDIS. It'll be two tiers.
Yeah.
It'll be downstairs and upstairs. Upstairs would be like classic oak.
Maybe a theater too?
Yeah.
Theater, yeah.
But I'm thinking about sort of
Ignore what I just
Can
said.
you sit back, please? Alright. Yeah, I'll have like an ocean scene, an ocean themed TARDIS.
Yeah.
Coral.
You're still mad.
Yeah. Well, we talked about this, but coral. I'd have underneath the central column. I'd have just a pool of sort of water. With
That's what a pool is.
yeah, just like a pool of like, ocean water, which will be turquoise, of course, and it'll be sort of like Matt's for TARDIS in Series 6, where he's electronics as well. He can sit down there and mess with his TARDIS. Yeah, and it'll be.
I'm a baby.
And then what was that one that you mentioned? What did you
What?
mention about the round things?
Oh yeah, it was like chiseled, round things, like coral, chiseled
Coral, yeah, all over
Yeah, like kind of
the first floor,
like,
and the staircase going up to like a library.
Just at random, you know.
Yeah. So. And
kind of like a checkerboard, but not.
yeah.
You know.
And I would have a story arc, a series-long story arc for the first series. But it's going to be like a story arc within a story arc within a story arc. It's going to be an overhauling story arc for 3 series for this Doctor, which would, in my opinion, be Chris Marshall. And it's just discovering sort of what is going on, and all the overarching story arc would be the return of Omega.
Who?
Omega.
Who's Omega?
Rassilon's best friend.
Okay.
From the classic series, yeah. The one with the metal hat all over his face. Yeah. I'll show you later.
Comment
yeah,
down below
it'll be,
if you know what he's talking about.
Omega would come back. I'll bring back the Rani as well. It's been way too long.
I know who that is.
No, not Rani. Oh, the Rani,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been way too long since we've seen the Rani. Obviously, I bring back the Master as well.
The Rani was in 6, right? In 6's time?
Yeah, 6 and 7.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it in 6.
Time in the Rani was 7's first episode, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring back the Master as well.
Which one?
A new incarnation, which
Boy or
in
girl?
theory would be in between John Sim and Michelle Gomez. Because the Master killed Missy and he can't regenerate, so it's going to be in between those two. So Missy would be the last incarnation. And the Master.
Maybe not.
This would be I would actually go a female incarnation of the Master. So Missy again, be the first Missy. I don't know who I'll get to play her actually. Someone, obviously you need a legitimate character actor of the stage and film, of the set and film. I think along the lines of like Emma Watson or someone like that. I heard her played Belle in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll bring back some more classic monsters. Obviously, the Sea Devils is what I would like to bring back. And the companions, I would have halfway through the first series, meet someone like Eccleston did with what's his name, Adam.
Who?
But it was in the episode Dalek.
Oh, right, him.
But yeah, I would have that companion come through to the rest of the first series, and the second series as well. But I had another companion to that. But then after the first series, Bastard Shaft and Jenny would go back to that time after having all these adventures. So yeah, that's what I would do pretty much. Change the Doctor back to a male, even though I'm not trying to start an argument here and say the Doctor is better, the Doctor should be a man. No, I just think that the way that the community, the Doctor Who community, have gone in the past year or so, it'd be good to get a good actor for a start, and Chris Marshall is a very good actor. If I was going, I wouldn't go female Doctor just yet. Maybe the next incarnation, yeah, after Chris Marshall. But that's what I'll do. Yeah, because Chris Marshall, I mean, you can see he's ginger as well, so the Doctor would be ginger, and so would Missy, Emma Watson. So it'd be like a ginger.
She's not ginger.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. She's ginger. She's ginger.
You haven't even seen the film.
She's more ginger than Catherine Tate. She's more ginger than Karen Gillan. Her in that movie, her hair was
Brown.
dyed. It was dyed brown. But yeah, I would bring back the Sea Devils, Cybermen, obviously the Daleks, the Ice Warriors, Bastard Tracks and Journey. I would also probably have a Silurian story in there as well, with the Sea Devils and the Silurians, but I'd mix it up with the new Silurian look, which, okay, Chris Chibnall wrote them when they came back, so that could be a difficult one, but yeah, no, I'll have them like that. What about you? What kind of stories would you do?
Well, I would do a mix villain story.
Okay.
So
Move over here a little bit so they can see you and speak up so they can hear you.
you're like so I would do Daleks.
Look at the camera.
I'll do Daleks. I'm thinking
What about Davros?
hold on, maybe. Oh, Daleks and Slovene.
The Daleks and the Slitheen. Okay.
Yeah, and guess who would come back?
Who?
It's me too.
Oh, K9.
Yeah.
Yeah. As much as I don't like, I would also do a Christmas special and a New Year's Day special.
Yeah.
And there will be the end of one series and the beginning, the last episode in one series, the beginning episode in the next series.
Yeah, but you know who else I would bring back with K9?
We can't bring Sarah Jane back. Luke.
Yes.
Luke would be a good option.
Yeah.
I'd have him working
and
with Unit.
K9.
I'd have them working with Unit as well. I'll bring back Unit because obviously now Chris Chibnall in the New Year's episode Resolution, Unit no longer exists, or Unit doesn't, bankrupt or whatever. Unit for a Brexit joke, which I don't think is very funny, but hey.
A what?
But Unit's closed down right now. But I'll bring them back. And Osgood. I'll bring Osgood back. And Kate Stewart. And also that I'd have my own creations in there as well. But just sort of subtly implement them. That's what I would do. I mean, huh? What? Then what again?
You said it was my turn.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
I couldn't really do that because you were.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Okay, well, I already said I will bring back the Daleks, Slitheen, K9, and Luke. Let's see. The Doctor would be a girl again, because the viewers would have to get used to the Doctor being a girl, you know?
We are used to it. We just don't like Jodie.
I like her. I like Jodie. Okay. Well.
It's not the fact of it's a female. It's the fact of that she hasn't found a character. And I can't stand. I
would actually want to be one of their companions. I'm sorry if you're judging. Please don't. But I've always wanted to be on Doctor Who since I've really gotten into it. So yeah.
Would you do a multi-Doctor story?
Yeah.
What Doctors would you bring back? Saying that this is the next incarnation.
So, let's see. I would bring back Matty Smith.
You bring back Matt Smith?
Yep.
Oh boy.
And Jody.
Sit over here, they can't see you.
I would bring back Matt Smith, Jody.
Oh boy. Cappy.
Well, no, not Cappy.
I would bring back Capaldi, so Jody.
And David.
Again, David back again in the multi-doctor story?
Yes.
Where in his timeline would you pick him out from, though?
The
'Cause
beginning.
At the end of time, you know, he says he got married, which he got married to Queen Elizabeth in the Day of the Doctor. But he also said he saw the prosperous carousel of the Great McGillicuddy stacked.
The what?
Yes, exactly. And he also said he saved a planet from the red carnivorous moor, and he named the galaxy Allison. So that's sort of the what you can dip into if you're going to bring the 10th Doctor out back.
I would bring him back after Donna, after she left.
Yeah.
That's
so when he
what
was traveling by himself.
Yeah. Actually, no.
I'd bring Donna back with him, man.
Actually, yeah, I would bring Donna back. Let's see. Maybe,
For just one episode. Yeah? For this multi-Doctor episode.
hold on, I'm trying to think when. And David and Donna's timeline.
It's got to be before the turn left.
Yeah.
Before the library.
What?
Before the library. The library.
I know, that has nothing to do with turn left.
Yeah, no, but
Right.
it's, I'm talking about the timeline.
What? Okay. I would bring them back after,
The Adipose. So their first episode.
Yeah.
Well, third.
Yeah.
Second. So right before the fire of Pompeii.
Yeah.
Okay. And you would also bring Matt Smith back, you said, for a multi-Doctor story. Would he be by himself, or would he be with... Well, he was never really by himself, was he?
Mm-hmm.
Apart from when everyone thought he was dead. Okay, so Matt Smith, series 5, 6, 7, you had...
Well,
We had...
they already did Clara, so...
Rory and Amy, or just Amy.
Yep.
Would you bring them both back?
Yep.
Okay, and I'd bring Cappy back. I don't care. I would
Yeah.
by himself. I would between the Husbands of River Song and the Return of Doctor Mysterio. That's where I'd take him out. Yeah. What else? You said Jodie
Yeah.
as well.
Well, we haven't really seen.
You can tell by my expression what I think about that. Anyway.
We haven't really seen much of Jodie, so. But I know she has 3 companions.
Yeah, Brian, blah, 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 blah.
Don't know.
Brian, Jasmine, and Bradley Walsh's character. I can't remember his name.
We haven't even watched one full episode.
I know, but I know who they are. I know who's playing them. Tosin Cole, Mandip Gill, Bradley Walsh. Tosin Cole's a very good actor, I think. Yeah, and I've gone from there. Just sort of bringing back some old villains to get the feel back again, and doing some decent stories with good characters, with strong characters, with good story arcs, good character arcs. Like I said, the whole overarching story arc over the 3 seasons that I would have Chris Marshall as the Doctor would be the return of Omega and Rassilon, and the person that I would get to play Rassilon would be Benedict Cumberbatch,
Who?
the guy who played Sherlock.
And Hoodlock.
Yeah, same thing, Sherlock. Yeah, I would have him as Rassilon.
Huh. Yeah.
He'd make a very good Rassilon. Yes. Yes. I can see. You know, the point I can see already.
25 minutes.
Yeah, we're 25, 32 into the 34, whatever. But yeah, well, you guys, when you're watching later, because it's going to be uploaded after the live stream, what would you guys do if you were a Doctor Who showrunner? Would you change the Doctor back into a male? Would you bring back any classic monsters? Would you bring back any companions from the past? Would you have any multi-Doctor stories that you want to tell?
Would you do a new TARDIS?
Yeah, would you do a new TARDIS? Would you, completely...
Would you make another kind of canine?
Oh, you want another robot thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, what kind of monsters would you guys create? What kind of monsters would you create? You're talking about the wolf people.
Yeah, I've had an idea on that.
Okay, please do share with us. We're a community and we're not judging.
But so basically,
It's not like the internet judges anybody.
It's basically so like they have ears, tails, and kind of small little claws that kind of from here their nails they can suck them.
They have
in and
retractable
out.
claws.
Yes.
Like Wolverine.
Who?
Wolverine.
Oh right, the comic book.
Yeah,
I
Wolverine.
never really read that, but yeah, sure like that. I'm not trying to steal from that story. I'm not trying to. I've never really read it because I only know the name.
It's alright. Carry on.
Yeah. We got it from my brother once, and yeah. So anyway, they would build like little huts, like a small little village, and whenever it they're being invaded, they have this these powers that they can put an invisible force field in anything that's inside the force field except for the forest. Whatever they don't want to be invisible is non-visible, but whatever is inside the force field that they do want to be visible is visible. But what they don't want to is not visible.
Yeah.
So
they're wolf-like humans.
Yes.
With retractable claws. They have
wolf ears, a tail, and retractable claws.
Mm-hmm.
And they have those wolf.
Yeah. So what's their natural habitat?
Well.
I would think the woods.
Yeah. Where they mainly are is the woods, and when it gets really warm and it's too warm for them to live in the woods, they can use that force field and actually carry what they made, and they can carry with them what they made, and it doesn't bump into anything and it doesn't destroy anything. So it's like it can go through stuff, and they're the only ones that can see it. So they are the only ones that can see it, unless another person is alien, like the doctor, and so when it gets really hot and they can't really survive that much, they always live at the edge of the jungle, and they kind of go to the mountains, and you know how you say the higher they go up, the colder it gets.
Mm-hmm.
So when they reach the right height and where it's the right temperature, they kind of do like Minecraft, and they just kind of somehow put a nice flat area and then put all their what they made their homeland down.
Yeah.
And they can migrate.
Yeah.
Like birds. Just they can have what they made, and they can change it with their habitat.
Yeah.
Say like it's and a snowstorm. Okay?
Right.
After a snowstorm. Yes? And they can put it like how little they can make them into really big igloos. So say they migrated from the jungle to
The North Pole.
yeah, well, some kind of
Greenland.
yeah. And where someplace after a snowstorm just took place.
Yeah.
A jungle to somewhere like that. Okay? So they would take their little hut thingies, and they would take their hut things and they would migrate to that place, but they would fall apart because it's snow, and they're kind of made out of big wood and twigs, and they have this thing in their mind that they can think of what.
Another thing I would do, I would bring back the Zarbi from the Web Planet. I would. Sorry, carry on.
So they can kind of imagine what they would look like in their mind, and kind of signal it to their houses or what they made. Say they want it to be like an igloo, and they put it into their head and signal it to the huts, and they become giant or small. Will you stop? Small or giant igloos like that, and they have human intelligence, and that's my mom.
Hold on. We're gonna have to go, guys.